I read an article. I don't know if y'all have heard this story about this Australian woman who almost murdered a whole family with mushrooms.
She went on a poisoning spree.
What kind of mushrooms?
Death cap mushrooms.
What?
She's an Australian lady.
What was her MO?
Well, okay, so I read the whole article this morning because I'm a connoisseur of mushrooms, if you will, or I used to be. And now I just eat a couple magic mushrooms, small dosage, just
Microdose.
open my
yeah.
open my brain waves a little bit, which I should have done this morning. Or did I? No, I didn't. But yeah, and that's why the story caught my attention, because she's divorced, invited her divorced family over for lunch because she wanted to tell them that she had cancer and she wanted to know what she should do with her kids about telling them.
Wow.
So she's like telling her ex-husband, like, because he declined. He's like, no, he's like, I'd rather just talk about it on the phone. You know, we're kind of going through some stuff, you and I. But his parents and his sister go with her husband, and she's hooking him up with the beef Wellington with like green beans and mashed potatoes.
Oh
and
my goodness gracious.
yeah, and she hooks it up, and they even make comments like, oh wow, like, man, this was good, like,
so good.
Yeah,
you've really outdone yourself.
Right. So she's hooking them up. This is her new house, first house since the divorce. So, and they were all kind of like, oh well, she never really invites us anywhere, yada yada yada.
Oh,
that should have been red flag number one.
Even one of the guests was like, oh man, you must have ran out of plates, because there was a separate plate for her, and then they had their plate of beef Wellington.
Red flag number two.
Red flag number two.
It's like,
everyone.
Was she gonna eat just a salad?
Right? No. She ate with them, and everyone goes home that night. Everyone starts to get diarrhea, starts vomiting. Long story short, 3 of the 4 people end up dying within 2 days.
Oh my goodness.
The one that survived, he's the one kind of recounting some of the
Details.
red flags
Yeah.
in hindsight, because it's 2020, right?
Started doing the math.
Yeah. And so now it's become a big story in Australia. There, it's like O.J. Simpson over there.
Oh my goodness.
Story type shit. Like,
so is she caught?
Yeah.
oh yeah, she's been arrested. She lied to the cops about foraging for mushrooms, about owning a dehydrator.
Oh, so she premeditated it.
I mean, that's how it's looking.
That's how it looks, yeah.
Because
unless she does it to other people.
Well, no. What's wild is even in Australia right now, I guess the health department or whatever was noticing more of the death mushrooms over there, and they even had like an announcement like be
watch
careful,
out for these, yeah.
Be careful. And she
Did
lied
that
to
grow in
police.
the wild?
Yeah, she
Oh
lied
my
to the
goodness.
police that she foraged these. She said she bought them at like a little Chinese or a Chinese market, and you know, that's how she's like.
Like, I didn't know.
Yeah, and then she complained of having some stomach pains the next day, and the ex-spouse was like, we need to go to the hospital because everyone got hospitalized. So he's thinking, it was
like, you
something
too.
happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, and then he's like, we need to check the kids, because she said the kids had leftovers. And then she's just like, oh no, they didn't eat any of the vegetables. Like they don't eat vegetables, and
it's too strategic, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's awful.
Yeah.
Like,
and I always try to play 2 sides of the coin. Like, could have been an accident. Could you get scared when the cops are like, well, what happened?
Yeah.
Why are they sick? Fuck, I foraged for mushrooms. Like, no, I just bought these mushrooms. Like, I could do that.
yeah, because
kind
like,
of in
under
fear.
high stress situations, you kind of like clam up and
And you don't want to admit you might have killed someone on accident
Yeah.
by getting,
or just the thought of being caught up in that mess.
Yeah.
But it's like what you said. It seems very strategic, but it just makes me wonder, like, what was, like, why? Like, was it the fact that the husband was divorcing her? She didn't want that, like, and she was just trying to like she must have felt some kind of pain so deep within her where she was like, I need to share this pain and take it out on others.
Well,
You know what I
within the
mean?
story, they talked about like getting onto child support, and then started to get that route. as from what I understood, he was the main provider. She was a homemaker, so she didn't have necessarily a job.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that had some of the intention in it. But like I said, like I want to try to see, all right, is she innocent? And it was just a fucking horrible accident, or was this premeditated?
Yeah.
But everything.
It sounds like it's premeditated.
Oh no, it seems like too many coincidences.
Yeah.
Yes.